Arcelormittal has thrown in the towel and decided to stop fighting attempts by an environmental NGO to gain access to a crucial document detailing the extent of air and water pollution caused by its Vanderbijlpark plant. The company announced today it's not going to challenge a Supreme Court of Appeal judgment ordering it to disclose the document within 14 days.
It's one of the largest steel mills in the world and the #1 supplier of flat steel products in sub-Saharan Africa. But the owner of the plant, Arcelormittal, has been locked in a court battle with the Val Environment Justice Alliance over its environmental practices. For 10 years, Arcelormittal has refused to disclose the contents of its environmental master plan to the NGO. The plan details the extent of air and water pollution emanating from the plant and what needs to be done about it. Last week, the Supreme Court of Appeal ruled against the company and ordered it to hand over the document to the Val Environmental Justice Alliance within 14 days. Now, former Eskom executive Paul Oflahati, who's been at the helm of Arcelormittal since July, says the company has decided to stop fighting the matter.
I can't really comment on the history. I've been the chief executive since 1 July and there are very good reasons why you don't want to disclose documents, particularly if they're not factually correct or they're outdated. However, we respect the Supreme Court decision and now we want to move forward. So we will disclose these documents and many other documents about what we've done about this plan going forward, because that's the most important part. And we intend to engage all stakeholders in this regard.
Oflahati admits that environmental pollution caused by the Vanderbijlpark plant is a serious problem. He says the company is spending millions of rands to address the issue. But the company is against government's plans to introduce a carbon tax in 2016.
If you use the rules today, it would be an additional cost onto Arcelormittal of 600 million rand. Is that something we pass on to customers and make everything uncompetitive? So we're dealing with National Treasury, Environmental Affairs, all stakeholders, other business in saying how do we implement environmental or carbon taxes in this country, which is going to be implemented, but how do we do it in a manner that doesn't make business unaffordable?
Meanwhile, Arcelormittal says it's approached government to impose heavy import duties on steel products coming from China. It says China is flooding the world market with cheap steel which is produced at below cost.
We've identified 4 specific products together with our competitors and the industry where we're seeing the Chinese be very aggressive on prices. We believe even below their costs. They're certainly below our costs. So we've applied for import duties on those products to ITAC and we're busy working through that process with them.
The company says it's also concerned about the falling price of iron ore. That's because it's still locked in a long-term agreement to buy iron ore from Kumba at cost plus 20%. Bongini Mutua, SABC News, Johannesburg.